Well, that was the issue of the states, the 11 state governors from Nigeria's southeast and south-south geopolitical zone that met during the week. It was part of the bites, sound bites we structured to give you on this program. In the course of the program, we will give you the sound bites from the Mongalu we talked about in the course of the program to hear his perspective. But let's meet my guests now. The former governor of Abia State, Orji Uzor Kalu, is not a new name. It's not somebody that is new to the issue of politics in Nigeria. He's also one that is not afraid to express his opinion or views on topical issues. When it comes to Nigeria, you can see Orji Uzor Kalu from different angles. You can see him as a proper Igbo man, somebody who is from the southeast. He has no apologies about it. Somebody who was also, according to him, has a lot of fraternity, worked, schooled in the northern part of Nigeria, and in the southwest, his business empire is rooted. So he's a pan-Nigeria individual, a person, somebody who indeed will talk about Nigeria passionately. Thank you very much for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
Now, let's first of all quickly have your views on the perspective of the Nigerian nation. You'll be governor for 8 years. You've been around. What does Nigeria as a nation, the Nigeria project, what does it mean to you?
Well, the Nigerian project is very simple. When you mean Nigerian project, you mean a project that should encompass, take everybody together.
The Nigeria as a nation.
The Nigeria as a nation just needs people to come together. In a simple words, I will explain to you. For people to come together, give justice to every region, give justice to everybody, give fairness to everybody. And Nigeria is not a difficult place to stay. Nigeria is not very difficult place to live. The Nigerian project should be a project for everybody, whether you are short or long, whether you are Muslim or Christian. We should unite to make sure that Nigeria project is a good project that will be in our heart.
Now, when you look at Nigeria from the beginning, the pre-independence, the independence, and the era of the military up to now, what's wrong on your mind?
Something is definitely wrong. I feel that Nigerians have gone a little bit crazy in issues that are not supposed to be. What is wrong actually is the few politicians have used their background, their contacts to polarize the country, which is not supposed to be.
Some people will say you are one of them.
Yes, but I have no apologies in what I'm saying. You asked me what is wrong,
yes,
and I have to tell you the truth. Whether I'm one of them or not is not important.
Yes.
What is important that few politicians, when it's good for them, they will preach religion. When it's very good for them, they will preach ethnic group where they come from in terms of winning votes. And it has sunk into our psyche. And since the return of democracy, and you see leaders lying openly. Telling lies, and people will be clapping for them. And this has happened for almost 18 years or thereabout. And you see that people who are now 18 years old have a structure that's as a way of life. You see betrayers here and there. You see people doing things honestly that's supposed to be unethical. And people are clapping hands on it. And this is not the way we're supposed to structure. The fight, one prong is between the rich and the poor.
Yeah.
The other fight is between religion and religion. The other fight is between tribe and tribe. The other fight is in a minority who is fully hated, or majority who is fully hated by other people of the nation, which is not right. Wherever you see the Igbos, somebody will tell you you are Igbo. Wow. Like in I don't care manner, which is not right for a nation. It's not good for nation building. And nation building takes time to build. It takes trust. It takes compassion. It takes tolerance, it takes perseverance, it takes all kinds of things to do a nation building. Nation building is not one day affair.
Okay, now let's take a, I believe you have heard the word restructuring, which is the new song now. In the past, we had of devolution of powers, resource control. It does appear that restructuring is capturing everything all put together the way, but so many people are talking about. What does restructuring mean to you?
Well, to those who are saying restructuring, some of them might not even understand what they're looking for. I feel restructuring is not meaning dividing the country. It doesn't mean.
To you, it doesn't mean divide the country?
No. Anybody who is talking about dividing the country, anybody who is questioning the unity of Nigeria is madness. Nigeria should remain a very big country. In fact, if we have opportunity, we should bring Equatorial Guinea and bring Chad and not the rest of them to be part of United States of Nigeria. So we need it. And anybody who is thinking we have fought first civil war for nothing, I don't want to tell the public what Ojukwu told me before he died. I have him in video and audio in Ibere. Any day you are in Ibere, I play it for you for private sake. I cannot want to say it in public. So he fought the civil war. He succeeded in fighting for what he believed in. But you ask yourself, are we ready to do the same thing again? The answer is no. Now what we are doing, what we have to do as Nigerian people is to fight among ourselves economic war, which is we must put things in order for poor people, middle class people to enjoy. We should be busy building up, checking millions of people who will be coming from the lower class going to the middle class. Yes. That's what we should be concerned about. Not talking about.
But that's why people are defining restructuring. That's why people are asking, what does restructuring actually mean? To you, it doesn't mean dividing Nigeria.
It can't divide Nigeria. Restructuring means some of them are saying go back to the regions.
Yes.
Or make the states the federating unit, which is constitutionally, because what we're operating now is what I will call a unitary democracy. This is what they're talking about restructuring. Unless you remove these impediments that are holding the democracy, we cannot have a true federalism. So this is what they're saying. So when they use the language restructuring, this, that, it becomes even problem for people who actually want to stand by it. It frightens some parts of the country when you say restructuring. Yeah. Restructuring to everybody might look like if we are saying, oh, you must divide the country. No, it is not. What we are saying is go back to physical federalism, which makes sense. If you go back to physical federalism, if you feel the 6 geopolitical zones cannot make what we are looking at, you go back and see if we can make 8 to 10 zones. Because let me give you an example. You know the local government where I come from. You've been in my village before, Austin. You know my local government, you have Itumbozo. You know in the entire Bende local government, there's nobody from Item, Alai, Ozuitem, Ibere, and Ugueke, Ezuku, in my local government area.
Yes.
There's no Umuhu. There's nobody there. Half of the people speak Ibibio.
Wonderful.
That is the truth. So how can you, Austin, where you come from, how are you a sister or a brother to an Ibibio man? It's my brother. So we need to renegotiate the geopolitical zones, how it suits properly. And you go fully for center of power dissolution to be the regional government.
Let's
what they should have said, that they want regional government to come back.
That's another way for it.
That's the way for it. Not even saying they need restructuring. If you are saying you need restructuring means you want a country to be, some people will miscalculate it. I understand what they are saying. Restructuring, but politicians have come because there's an election in 2019. All kinds of politicians are saying what they don't believe in. When it comes to doing, they will not be able to do
now, it. Let's go detail into the ingredients of the restructuring as you have defined it. Does it include, apart from power devolution, does it include resource control? What do you understand?
Oh, yes. If you are doing a federative unit, if you want to practice the real democracy, that is not unitary democracy, resource control is part of it.
Now, let me take you to what the somebody like Ango Abdullahi, somebody like Tanko Yakase, who have spoken to us, they say restructuring, even if it means going back to the region, and letting everybody have control over their resources, it will leave the North dry. And that the North has not been brought up to a level where we can begin to talk of devolution of resources and power. And that we should get the North to a level of development before we can begin to say, let everybody go back to their region or their states, whatever you want to take hold of their resources. How do you react to that?
No, I don't believe in those things. The North, let me be honest with you, it's just because we have not been careful. If I'm allowed to make decisions, the North can produce more money than oil. The North is feeding us. It's just that people are not thinking about it. I went to school in Maiduguri. I know amount of fish. I know amount of beans. I know amount of cow. I know amount of onions, tomatoes that come out of that region. If it's properly harnessed, the North can feed entire Africa. Anybody telling you that the North is poor is not true. We are taking it for granted. The North, if there is peace and unity, if there is stability and security, the North can be a focus point. People want to come from America. People want to come from all parts of the world to see the Sahara Desert. People want to come to our beaches. The North can produce money for anything. So I don't agree with them. It's just that people are not thinking. People are not ready to say things the way it is. So I believe if the right investments are done and every part of the country start producing, oil will be forgotten because agriculture will make money. I can tell you that. Tourism will make money. Manufacturing will make money. So the North can bring the engine. Nobody is saying leave anybody. If you are saying the North is disadvantaged, those who are producing, states who are producing, can give 15 to 10%, 10 to 15, 20% to disadvantaged states contribution to the national
for them to develop.
For them to develop. It's possible. So the only way we can move this democracy and allow the masses to enjoy the seeds of democracy is to go back to regional government.
Now, I have heard people say it is a selfish talk. In fact, Tanko Yakasai says so that it is just selfishness on the part of everybody that is calling for restructuring, and that it is for them to promote their own whimsical, to promote their own interests, and that what we need to do is to get the current government and the people to work the way it is.
No. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying go back to regional government.
Yes.
Samadu Bello ran a regional government, and it was very successful. We ran regional government by Awolowo. It was very successful. We run regional government by Okpara. It was very successful. Sometimes when people ask me, you are governor of Abia. You didn't build the ingenuity of factories, but because there was unitary government when I was governor. Okpara used to borrow from Barclays Bank in London, from Bank of Canada, from Bank of Australia, directly. I got a proposal to federal government of Nigeria under President Olusegun Obasanjo by Israeli bank to invest in agriculture, to invest in real estate. By today, Abia State is not supposed to be touching federation account if they have done that in 1999.
What prevented you from doing it?
Because there was no sovereign guarantee to take from our state alone.
Okay, the state couldn't go straight without the federal government.
Yes, we cannot do. This is a unitary democracy, and we should exit from it. We should exit from it. This is the issue. When you see things, I could have cultivated over 10 million palms by this company and process it. And 10 million palms in place could have been better than any crude oil we'll be talking about. That is the truth. So, North can do granite. North can do, there are a lot of mineral resources in the northern part of Nigeria that are untouched. But people are not realizing this. We need to go back to drawing board. You know, we are mismanaged by oil. We are misrepresented by oil, by the oil boom. Our youths don't think anything than coming to Abuja to live, than coming to anywhere to live. No, because you see, if we have gone back to agriculture like Chief Audogbe is preaching today and saying, go back to farm. We are going to do this, we are going to do that. If we have gone back properly to agriculture,
we will not have it.
We will not be where we are. It's not caused by President Buhari. It's not caused by anybody. It's just caused by negligence of both the business class and the political class.
Now, the need, the way you have defined it, the need to go back, harness our resources, get everything right, is different from the way that IPOB, for instance, those young elements in the Southeast who are agitating, they are asking for total secession from. Did they get the message wrong?
Well, IPOD have a right. They have a right to say whatever they want to do. Is what they are saying, is it in concordance with Nigerian Constitution? The answer is no. There is no part of our Constitution, unless you make a new law, that you have referendum. There is no part of our Constitution that have restructuring unless you go back to National Assembly to amend the Constitution, accepted by 24 states of Nigeria. So if we don't have those things, what do? Is to go back in-house.
To the National Assembly.
To National Assembly. To say, can you put this and put this to be able to do it? Or if we cannot do it, is to go in-house and take a clinical analysis of ourselves.
Who does that? How do we do that?
All the states, all the federal government, everybody, we go back and exercise ourselves. How do we move forward? There's nobody can tell me a country have no right to discuss. It's just that the president is not feeling very well is the problem. If the president is well, we will sit down and explain to the president why there should be a discussion by all nations. All the people of the nation need to discuss.
Of course, fortunately, we are, is it fortunate now or unfortunate? We have had a lot of discussion. We have had conferences. The last one, 2014, we had conference with the blueprint on how we can restructure, in quotes, get the power devolve and other things. Are we not talking too much in Nigeria?
We will talk more and we will implement it. Because, you see, I want us to have sincere talk. Because people, not political. I congratulated those who sat before to talk. It's always good to talk. Because once we are talking, there will be peace. It's when you block communication that people will say, okay, we rather carry arms. So, people like iPod are young people. They never saw war. They didn't hear about the war, and they didn't think about the war. And
they don't understand what it is.
They don't understand the sound of the bullets. They don't understand anything. And most of them are not explained very well. They were there when we were governor. Me, Achiku Denwa, Samegu, Ngige, and the Badiduju. We were able to control them because we came together strongly and said, no, this cannot happen in our region. And we were able to control Uwazurike. We were able to put them to shape. In Abia, I used to tell them, you can carry your flag there, you can be here, but the moment you cross this line, I'll come after you. Because nobody can put a state not to work because he's saying they want secession. They have a right to say they want secession. They have a right
but not to
disrupt, but not to disrupt business. This is the only way I have a red line with them. They have a right to carry, they used to carry their flag and come in good numbers in our Ejimba Stadium. When you used to come to match there, you used to see them. They will sit quietly with their own Biafra flag and everything. I'll come and fly, I wave to them, they wave for me, I go. But going to stop people who are doing legitimate business in our region, going to stop Cameroonians, stop Chadians, stop people coming from Niger and everything, that is what I never agree with them. And I will never agree on that.
So is it the failure of the current elders?
Well,
to have allowed...
it's a failure of Nigerian politics, not elders. No, but also it's a failure of Nigerian politics because Nigerian politics is not cancelling them enough. Not only the elders of Southeast. This IPOB is everything. IPOB is almost in every part of Nigeria. It's not only in Igbo. It's being pronounced because there is agitation. Oh, we have not been treated well. We have not been done well. But President Buhari had asked question one time. Your people were finance minister. When I mean the roads we're supposed to build, he counted to me a number of people giving appointment in the last appointment, and they didn't do all those things. The roads he's doing today, those people failed to do it. So it's the issue.
Now, you are in a good position to answer, give me answer to this question. Some persons have said, if just like what happened in 1999, when there was a resolution, an unwritten resolution that the president should come from the southwest, where we have an Olusegun Obasanjo and Olufalaye contesting. That if you give opportunity to the southeast to produce the president today, all this agitation will go down. Is it correct?
I will not say it will go down. I will say it will help to start streamlining things. because both Southeast, both elders and young people are feeling cheated. That almost 50
I hope
years.
you are not feeling cheated yourself.
Sometimes, because I'm very exposure, but because I have a lot of exposure. Sometimes, because I've traveled far and wide. Sometimes, because also I have a lot of affinity with the Northerners, with the Yorubas, and I have a lot of relationship with them. I don't feel so much cheated because I know most of them means well, but they don't have access to implement that meaning well.
Of course, the reason I actually chip that in is that I know you have had the intention to become president of Nigeria. And some persons say, for somebody from the Southeast to become president under this circumstance that we are today, he must get endorsement from everybody, and the Southeast alone cannot carry him. Is that a challenge that you have?
No, it's not a challenge, because Nigerian president should not be based where you come from. It should be based on competence. I'm very competent, and every other person who will come from that region is very competent. It's only when the Southeasterners have ruled the country will have a new direction. I'm telling you the truth, because if you go to Sokoto, after the Aborigines there, the next people you see living there are Igbos. If you go to Kaduna, after the Aborigines there, the next people living there are Igbos. If you go to your village, after the people from your village, the next people you see living there are Igbos. So it's only an Igbo man being in saddle will say, no, my brothers live in Sokoto. I must treat Sokoto the way I'm treating Abia. I must treat Abia the way I'm treating Rivers. I must treat Bayelsa the way I'm treating Kavanchan. This is the way it should be. And this is how we should be open to. This is the extent how we can enjoy presidential democracy.
Okay, we are on People's Power and Politics, and in a short while, we'll be giving you the sound bite from George Mongalu. We'll be giving that to you in a short while to also hear his perspective on what the situation is in Nigeria with regard to the definition of restructuring. But just before we come to that, let me just ask my guest, Orji Uzor Kalu, the former governor of Abia State, a businessman, what the leaders in the Southeast are doing to get the younger elements, particularly those in IPOB, to understand what the elders understand. Are the elders talking to them?
Well, I think so. I will give you an example. The governors of the area, under the leadership of His Excellency Governor Dave Umahia, they met, and they are talking to them. I am talking to them also, although I'm not a governor now, but I've had opportunity of meeting most of them.
Have you met with Kalu?
Of course, I was the first person to see him in prison.
Okay, you went to the...
at break and call, I can always see him anytime.
So what kind of disposition? He seemed to be believed that what he said. What did you tell him when you saw him?
No. Our discussion were private, okay. And I wanted to remain private. And I believe that if Biafra will be a success, it could have been people like me that will lead it. Because I'm sure now the Kalu have no reach to reach anybody in American government. He has no reach to reach anybody in UK, in Germany, in France, or Canada. We have access to these people. And they are not thinking along that side. They are thinking about Nigeria being a big integral area. What we have to do is to replan strategy, including Nandekano himself. He can say whatever he wants to say. I mean, he has a right to carry flag, show his dress with Biafra, be going all over nation. Nobody should touch him. You understand me? Because there is freedom of expression in the country, and it's maintained. So what I can understand is some intellectuals, some people supporting Biafra.
Yeah. That disturbs you?
It disturbs me because I have gone to the deepest part of the U.S. government, and they said they will never allow the country to disintegrate. I have gone to the deepest part of UK government. They told me in confidence they will never allow the country to disintegrate. So why are we wasting our time? We should find time.
Does our disintegration depend on whether the U.S. government or any government agree?
You need a country to back you up, whether you are disintegrating or not. These are war powers. It's true. It's a war politics. You need them, whether you like it or not. This is the truth. These people also look after the world. Remember, this is private between me and you. Remember during the election, I told you that, well, we are here, but it seems President Jonathan will not come back.
Yeah, you said so.
You remember I told you that?
Yes.
I told you 1 year before the election. Because these people say we are seeing a lot of things we don't agree on.
Which means they can influence our election.
They can influence anything. Okay. That is the truth.
All right.
Unless you are a fool thinking about that.
All
they
right.
can influence anything.
Orji Uzor Kalu, the man who will say it the way, just exactly the way he means it. We are on people's politics and power. When we come back after this short break from the soundbite we are going to give to you from George Mogalu, we'll be talking about the ultimatum given to the Igbos to vacate. The time is ticking towards October 1. The government has been doing a lot of, dialogue, talking to the people, a lot of meetings going on to douse the tension. We'll be asking our guest his perspective about it and how to go around it without any problem. Thank you so much for staying with us on Africa Independent Television. This is People, Politics and Power. And Orji Uzor Kalu, former governor of Abia State, is still right here with me. Recently, we have a quit order. And they said it's a response to agitation of the IPOB, who a group that is calling everybody different names here, and they say they want to pull out. And some young people in the north say, we are giving you a deadline to go. And that has caused some tension here and there. The federal government is working hard, running around. The acting president has been holding dialogue and meetings. How do you immediately react to the situation?
No, I don't react to anything because the quit notice means nothing.
It means nothing?
Nothing, absolutely nothing, because the people that gave the quick notice are just side-by people who don't know what this country means. It's too late.
So nobody should be disturbed? Nobody
should be disturbed. We are not even disturbed. I'm not disturbed. I'm still investing in the farm in Medugre tomorrow morning. So the quick notice is not in tenderness with the convention that guides the existence of Nigerian entity. So I congratulated the Northern Governors Forum and also congratulated the Southeastern Governors Forum, the way they handled the issue. And to a lot of well thought out Nigerians, the way they came out to, I also was very impressed the way the vice president, basically the meeting he was calling only Igbo and Hausa people is not the right thing to do. He could have invited Middle Belters, invited Southwest, invited all parts of the country.
The acting president?
Yes, he could have invited all Middle Belters, invited West, Southwest, invited other part of the country, not just.
But I thought he did. I thought he did.
No, I've not seen for Middle Belters and other people. We should invite all the chiefs political zone because the problem is everywhere. If they start killing anybody in the north that says Igbo, they will kill, whether you are Yoruba or Edo or any place, they will kill you also. So the peace must be underground peace, which the acting president should invite other people, not just Igbo, Urobos, Efik, everybody should also come and see him and talk to them and talk how unity can be. There is too much of hate message in Nigeria.
Yes.
Too much of hate speeches. There are too much of hatred in the polity because politicians are feeding from politics. So anything that can cause anything, they put a lot of rumors in the system. So it's not right because most of our politicians don't have a second address where if they say, if this politics is over today, what do I do? They don't have second address. So it's a do or die affair, which is not right.
Because they feed from it.
They feed from it. So politics should be a service to people who are on the ground.
Now, the president has, like you said, has met a cross-section. Maybe he thought he should address the core issue of those who are where the agitation is coming from, particularly the northern elders. Some of them recently, they don't believe, they have not talked the way you are talking now. Some of them actually endorsed and said they are in support of the younger elements.
No reasonable northern elder will do that. Did Adamu Chiroma do that? Did you question Adamu Chiroma? So I don't know who people you call northern elders. Did Jubril Aminu say so? Did Ibrahim Babangida say so? Did President Abdul Salam say so? Did other young northerners who has a lot to do with the north and south, who has a lot to do in Lagos, will Aliko support that? Yeah, nobody, no reasonable man will support that. Only people who are looking for cheap popularity. It's just like seeing me supporting secession of the country. You know that from that day, you know that my heads have gone north. So that is what it means. The unity of the country is not negotiable by anybody.
But we just need to
anybody who wants to fight for the unity, even me, will always support the national government, will fight to keep the country well. Those who have fought before, we congratulated them for fighting, although many people lost their life. So those lives are very precious. We don't need to lose life. All the ones we are losing in Boko Haram, in etc., let it be enough, because they are enough of what we have seen. The country people are just, Nigeria is governed by rumor. A lot of our young people don't have what they are doing. Nigeria is a country that governs by rumor. Nobody comes and says this. If they hear that Orji Kalu is beating where they are selling akara, that is what will go all over. Whether they have even seen Orji Kalu,
it's a different
matter. I have been with you before when people were talking about me, and I was with you in Canada. And they were talking that they saw me. You told me somebody saw me somewhere in so and so place. But I was sitting in Canada with you. So this is how this country is done. If you are not careful, you'll be overtaken by rumor. Rumor will kill you. So when you say northern elders, I don't know whether Sultan, Emir of Kanu, Emir of Zaza, they are telling you that we should quit. If all these people tomorrow morning come out and ask us to quit, we will quit. It's true. We are not afraid of quitting. And nobody should threaten us for quitting. We can build the best place to live. But Nigerian unity is more important than asking. So because you say northern elders, this is what I'm telling you. Yeah. If northern elders come in full today, I say you people should quit, we will quit.
Now, when you look at the face of the traders, our brothers, like you said, in Kwara Namoda, you will find the Igbo man. In Sokoto, everywhere you find them. Some of them are counting down. If you see them and you have opportunity to talk to them, what will you tell them? The Igbos who are apprehensive that a date has been given, what will you tell them? I
used to tell them, I addressed many of them. Many of them have been here to see me. Many of them came from Sokoto, many of them came from Kaduna, etc. They came privately to see me. And I've been telling them that they don't have any fear to, they don't have anything
to fear. Stay put.
They should stay put and do their business.
This your advice, is it based on your own personal?
It's based on reality. Anybody that touches any Igbo man, in terms of that he should quit, the country will go into war. And I will lead the war.
If Igbos are touched?
Yes, I will lead the war. Nobody can touch Igbo because this is our country. It's true.
Now, maybe you should also talk to the northern youths who are also our brothers. Those who
I've been talking to them. I called the secretary of Northern Youth with the chairman who is supposed to meet. We have been talking on the phone. I've been talking to them. Some of them are people I went to University of Maiduguri with. So we've been talking. I'm not sure. That state is not serious. I've just told you, let Babangida sign, let Abdul Salam sign, let T.Y. Danjuma and all of them sign. We go to our place. We have a land called Igbo land. We'll go to our place. If northern elders come today, I say you people must leave, we'll leave.
But you are not taking this one seriously because they are.
No, it's not a serious matter because nobody should take those boys serious. I don't take them serious. I know when they don't will speak. I'm trained by the northerners. I will see their hands when they speak. The boys at all do not represent 0.5% of Northerners. No. So it's not important. Mind you, all my life I've lived this area. I went to exchange program in Berewa College. I went to school in University of Maiduguri, and I'm trained by them. I live with them. So I know when they are serious. It's not yet a serious matter. And no Igbo man should take that threat serious.
Now,
but on process, anybody kill any of our brothers, we'll go and fight back. We will not take it lightly. That you will kill us and tell us sorry again. No. It's not going to be that easy.
When many people are talking peace, people are talking about peace, they say, let us withdraw the threats, let us not begin to threaten each other and look at it. Because like the nation is actually, like you also rightly said, there's a lot of hate speech and a lot of threats that is going on. How do we douse it? How do we make everybody to have a sense? Even before we begin to talk of the restructuring we are talking about, how do we live peacefully in the course of these talks?
The hatred is so much. And I think the only way we can live is to get the imams, the pastors, the reverend fathers, the bishops, and whatever you call them, the chief imams, to start preaching peace in their places. They should stop empowering the people to go and fight a non-Christian or a non-Muslim. They should stop empowering the people to fight Igbo or fight Yoruba. They should stop empowering the people to fight whoever that is not supposed to be fought for. You cannot imagine if something happened in Pakistan, they will come here and kill Igbo people or kill Southerners. It's not acceptable. That's not how to live in a union called Nigeria. If they burn a Quran somewhere in Bangladesh, they go to a market in Sokoto to kill Igbo people. That is not right. The time should be off, and that behavior should be stopped by all Nigerians. We will not take it again.
Of course, when you say we will not take it again, when we say we will not take it again, if this will happen, we will react, I will lead the war. It leaves so many people to be wondering, is there something to it? Is there...
No, there is nothing. But I'm just saying those things cannot happen again. It should not happen. I'm not a governor.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in 2017 people should be killing other people for nothing. I built a mosque in Umuahia, Central Mosque, which the Emir of Kano made me Garokowa Abia the day he opened the mosque. I'm a committed Catholic, but it doesn't make any meaning to me. It takes a good Christian to respect good Muslim. So we should not be killed by anybody. We can disagree, but not killing us.
Are you aware that some persons don't take these things as lightly as possible? And you need to begin to talk to them. And when I say you, I mean the elders, those who believe in true Nigeria, who believe that things can go well. Some persons are actually so apprehensive. They're actually thinking, should we move away from where we are now and go to the southeast?
No, I've told them not to move. They are not moving anywhere. This is why the imams, the church leaders, everybody, they have a role to play. So let the northern elders go and talk to those youths not to kill any Igbo man. If they kill Igbo people in terms of quit notice, it might redefine the question of Nigeria. And if you kill us because you ask us to quit, then you are now asking whether anybody likes us. You are not asking us to define where we want to be. And what I'm saying is that nobody should kill us on the quit notice. We will not take it lightly. I'm telling you that, and I'm serious. I have never talked to you like this.
Yeah.
They should talk to the young people like we are talking to our own young people. The Biafran people have never killed any northerner because they don't want to see a northerner. No. They're only carrying their flag. They're only carrying their thing and shouting Biafra among themselves. If they spoil any shop, the shops they are spoiling are owned by Igbo people.
Yes.
They loot anything. The looting they are looting are owned by Igbo people. So this is the issue. You cannot say because you are giving quit notice in October 1, you go and start killing the Igbos. No, we will not take it lightly. We will ask whether it's America or France, they will define where we want to be.
Is that to suggest that there are plans to resist it if they do that?
The Igbos are not a tree. It's only a tree you say you will kill. They will look and be watching you. We are not trees.
So there are plans?
I don't know if there are plans, but I'm sure there is only a tree you will tell that you will kill, and they will ignore you.
Orji Uzor Kalu, former governor of Abia State. One man who once ran, was it even once or second time, want to be president of Nigeria, and he believes so much in Nigeria. He has told me severally, on several occasions, that he is one true Nigerian who has benefited from all parts of Nigeria. He's an Igbo man from the southeast. His business empire originated from, or has its roots in Lagos, and he was trained and brought up and groomed in the north by the northerners. So when he speaks pan-Nigeria. Let me have your last take on how to get Nigeria united. What's your last take on this? How do we get the Nigeria that's equitable, that is fair, the Nigeria that everybody can aspire to be president of Nigeria without necessarily being an Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa person? We have excellent performance in all that we do, and we have merit. How do we achieve it?
No, it's very simple. Respect the law of the place. Be equitable. Respect the view of the judiciary. Be equitable to the judiciary. Because you see, what is causing all these problems? When, no matter how an order of a court is, and a court of competent jurisdiction has given an order, obey the order and go to court of appeal, or go to the last place to appeal. If somebody is giving you to be a Nigeria, we are not asking for many things, we Nigerians. We are only asking to give us justice, fairness, rule of law, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba. If you get you as a Doma, what you are asking for is also fairness and justice.
Yes.
If I'm driving across the traffic light, punish me like you punish A. If I'm found guilty of stealing public funds, punish me like you punish A. That's what they that is what equity. That's what we are saying. If a court of competent jurisdiction have given an order, obey that order. That is what we are saying.
Okay.
And Nigeria will find a better place to live. Make sure that you are not giving me position because I'm from this part of Nigeria or from this part of Nigeria. Give me position because I can do the job. Because the problem of Nigeria is not politics. The problem of Nigeria is economic.
Okay.
And until we solve that economic problem, the country will not
make some progress.
Orji
Uzor Kalu, former governor of Abia State. My guests on the program, people, power, politics and power, and you cannot have it better. We want to thank you so much for giving us time on the program. And
thank you, Austin.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for dragging me here again.
Thank you so much. And that's how we wrap up the program. Of course, it's a daily tonic at 1 p.m. When we come back tomorrow, we should be giving you the views from other Nigerians who are also having to discuss and tell us their perspectives about the issue in Nigeria. My name is Okiria Agbonsuremi. Many thanks for staying with us.
Out of the 11